helping people to be themselves and to just give them permission to be happy, even with our flaws and with our imperfections, you know.
That's awesome. So what I'd like to do is switch up the style now to popcorn style. So whoever has a story, pop off first, and then the others will take turns. Does anyone here have, because when you're building a community of a tribe of whatever you want to call it, but people that like what you do, right? They're supporters. Does anyone have where you had a bad show or you had something just didn't go right, and I'll go first, and then whoever has think about it. But I've had some really doozies because I've done like a lot of events. But the one I remember, it wasn't that bad, but I scheduled an event. This was before I put the holidays in my calendar, and it was a holiday. And
Which holiday?
Normally we get 50 people, and like 7 people were there. And I realized it was like a major holiday. It was a major screw up on my part, but at the time I had no semblance of time. I was in creation mode every day. And I remember someone asked me a question, and they go, "Where's everybody else?" And I was like, I had to pause. I'm like, does having 7 people mean that this is less of an event than last week when we had 50? And I had to think about that because I was like, I could apologize for the 33 people that were not in the room, but then I would devalue the 7 people that took their time out during a holiday to be with me.
What holiday?
We had a speaker who showed up. I guess he didn't. He was also a workaholic. He had no idea at the time. And I decided to, and this shift actually changed the course of my promotional career. In that moment, I said, you know what? The right people are here. I apologize. I didn't know it was a holiday. I'm going to do better at looking at my calendar. I go, but the coolest part about having 7 people is we could all get to know each other deeper than when we have 40. Therefore, this event is going to be one we'll remember forever. I will tell you, those 7 people are some of my closest friends to this day. Because if you do enough events, you realize circumstances bond people. And it's not always like, oh my God, everything was great. It's the ups and downs bond. That's how you make friends. So that's just something I'll always remember at the Village Inn where, 7 people showed up and they're like, where's everybody else? And I had to make a judgment call. Who else would like to go? Go for it. Just unmute. Go ahead, Regina.
Yeah, so I'll share. As a yoga teacher, I've had that happen more than once where, I've had a class and like 2 people showed up, and the week before it was much bigger. And so I've noticed that also on my show that there's times when I do it live, right? I do Facebook Live, and so I noticed people not showing up as consistently. And I never had anyone actually call me out on it, but they'd make a comment or something, misinterpret what I said. And I think it's an invitation to do exactly what you did. Just spin it and say thank you to the people that showed up, because really that's who we show up for, whether it's 1 person or 50 or 5,000, right? If we can make a difference for 1 person,
or the 3 of you listening with me,
and I think it's for all of us to be able to check in with ourselves and ask our own motives of why do we do this to begin with, right? Why are we podcasting? Why are we sharing our messages and speaking? Is it because we have ego? And sometimes we do, right? And we want those 50 people to show up, or can we really acknowledge and honor those 2 people or that 7, right? And just really love on them even more. And it's like you said, I think that's actually the glue that creates the community.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Jessica or Marty, feel free to go for it.
So, I want to say that I'm glad I got to attend that first event you were just talking about, Chris. I was one of those 7 people. It was amazing being there. We've known each other for years. I'm just playing. I don't know you know him at all.
Thank you, Mark.
Hello.
I had a similar thing. It reminded me of a quote. I can't remember it verbatim, but or even who said it. I have a quote book that I'll hear things and I write in this quote book. And it goes something like, if we can meet triumph and tribulation and treat both of those imposters the same, then we're winning. So it's kind of like what you did with the 7 people. You treated it as if it was 1,000, right? I had to do the same thing. The very first show when I decided I was going to do music, I was getting a little traction online, and the first show I said, you know what, I'm going to go on tour. I'm somebody now. I got 30,000 views on a video. I'm somebody. So I said, I'm going to start a tour. I said, I'm going to start in my hometown because I know I'll sell this out.
I have 10,000. Does that make me somebody?
I thought surely I was not I was known in my community. So I thought this is what better place than to boost my ego than to go home. So I went home and I had to pay to rent the Ritz out. It was called the Ritz, believe it or not. Small town in Arkansas had a place called the Ritz. It's still there. Rented this out, paid up front. Got printed posters, put them all around. Went to my friends' places, put the posters up. It was a, Marty Ray project. Big, fat, bald-headed, bearded guy. Every window you could see in town, right? And I said, man, this place is about to be packed out. Just created an event on Facebook. They only held 450 people. I say, hey, it only holds 450. The whole town, I know everybody in the town. We got 15,000 people in this city. There's no way I'm not selling this place. It's going to be a monster show. So I create this event, and there's literally 2,000 people in this event saying they're going. Show up the day of, 100 people showed up. And at first I was going, I don't even want to go out there and do this. This is disappointing. There was a little anger, a little resentment for the city. All these people, I'm like, well, I know y'all ain't doing nothing on this Thursday night because I used to live here. There ain't nothing to do. What are you going to Walmart? Where are you going? Kmart's closed now. I know you ain't going there. So you got to be going. Like, you might be a Dodge store, but I know you ain't doing nothing else. So the 100 people that showed up, I finally went out there. When I went out there, they made it sound like it was full in that place. So as soon as I heard those cheers, I said, hey, this is 1,000 people to me. And I even told them, I said, look, everybody that showed up here, I'll never forget you. I never have. I know every one of their names. And anytime that they message me or they ask me for something, I do it. Because I'm like, these people supported me when nobody else would. Not anybody. Like, because that's real support. When you come out of your pocketbook or you give your time, that's real support. So I remember that day, that moment. And I feel like I'm about to go through that same moment in Tampa with Chris, with Tampa with Chris at this show, because I've never done a show in Florida besides the one I did with Vanilla Ice, and that wasn't sold out because of me. That was 30,000 people for him. So I still tell people I sold out a 30,000 man show. They don't have to know I was with Vanilla Ice and Salt and Pepper, but nonetheless, I feel like I'm about to go through that same thing, so I'm ready to perform and use my past experiences to perform for 20 people in Tampa.
Yeah, so to fill everybody in, Marty got booked at Side Splitters in Tampa, so I caught wind, so we're trying to help him for people that want to go out and see him. March is 11th, 12th, something like that. It's somewhere around there.
March 11th, yeah. I'm on my knees. I'm begging you.
Well, we're doing a smaller event, open air, to get some promo for him, trying to help out. But I think, Marty, you know what? It's always good to have that feeling again. Get the juices flowing. So I think it's actually I call it a tune-up because I like it because when I do a smaller event, it's like, okay, how can I make this exciting? I actually have. And Jessica, I'll come to you. I know you have a story. I get booked for the library a lot, like to speak at the library. And I do a lot of speaking. So library gigs are hard because no one knows who you are. They'll lay out 50 chairs, and there'll be 11 people strewn out over the 50 chairs. No energy connection. And I always try and make them they don't let you promote anything. So I barely hey, if you want to do anything, no call to action. I got a standing ovation. That was like my best presentation. The problem is I forgot to record it. Went home, told my wife, she goes, how many did you have? 11 people. I was so excited. She goes, what happened? I got a standing ovation. I go, from everybody except the one kid that was watching the office in the background. He was on his phone. But she's like, why are you so excited? I go, do you know how hard it is to get 11 people amongst 50 chairs on a Sunday morning? And that's where that's some people don't see. That's where you work out the brain, the tools. So when we're on, and there's all these other amazing people, you build up those skills. Jessica, how about you? I'm sure you have a whole bunch of stories.
Yeah, I actually wanted to share. I think we get so stuck as entrepreneurs and podcasters on analytics. And I know I did personally when I started my show, whether that's seats in a room or now virtually with statistics, right? Reach, engagement, and followers. And just like Marty and all the stories presented here, I found that the deepest connection, and I've had clients that have been with me from day one, because we've built that relationship. It's not about how many people, it's about the connection that you build within those communities. And that's something that I pride myself in, I've done very well. Like Marty said, by getting to know people, by being vulnerable. Rainier Wild, I just had him on my show. He's a very fascinating gentleman. You have to look him up if you get a chance. He mentioned a concept I hadn't heard of before on my show called ruthless authenticity. It's a tongue twister if you say that. I practiced it a number of times now. And he said a lot of times we tell ourselves these stories, right? But only 11 people show up. Oh, nobody cared about my topic, or I didn't pick the right buzzwords, or right, we did things wrong. And really, it's not about that. It could be, like you said, Chris, it's a holiday. Or maybe it's just a time of day that you booked your event, or you posted on social media, or you went live, or when you presented your offer, if it's a course. And what I've learned, through the years of my business is that it's not about the numbers. And it's funny, me coming from a corporate finance background that I'm sharing, not about the numbers. It's about the connection that lies within those numbers, right? Like you said, energy. And I think the more you stay true to that ruthless authenticity and just seeing the exact circumstances as they are, there's 11 people here, and we're building an amazing connection. We get to know each other at a deeper level than if 50 people were here, instead of telling ourselves a story that nobody cares, or we're not good enough, or, right, that we did something wrong, which is never the case. And that's what Rainier shared with me on the story. It was someone that gentleman, I think there was
sometimes it's the case.
And he said, I'm a bad boss, or I did something wrong, and he was coaching him, and he said, you didn't do anything wrong. The simple fact is, ruthless authenticity is that 5 individuals decided to leave your company. It's not that you're a bad boss. It's not that the circumstances weren't right. Numbers do tell a story, yes, but sometimes they tell our own story, right, and not the truth of the matter. And so that's what I really wanted to share, is the more you stay authentic. An embarrassing story was, not embarrassing, but a blunder in my membership last year was that out of the pandemic, I moved my business from a space of spirituality and really being fluid in my work to studying a lot of course creation and SEO and really getting involved in the technical aspect of business. And when I opened this membership, a lot of the women that joined, they were like, you're not who you were on social media. Like, what happened to you? I wasn't true to who I was and where I started. And I think it was out of all this uncertainty with the pandemic that I was craving this sense of, right, logic and certainty and tangibility in my business. And I lost the essence, right, of who I am. So there, that connection within the community was dissipated. But I'm always open to my community to ask questions. I always say, what did you want to receive from this session that you didn't receive? Or what are you looking for in this community, if it's a free community, that you want to see more of? And just, I think, always being open to that has been invaluable in all the communities that I've created.
So I'd like to play, I'm going to share a video here for a quick second. Let me see if we can, I'll do my best to find it. I have tons of windows to open. There you go. Can you guys see this?
Mm-mm.
Let's see if we can hear it. I'm going to add the sound, share sound.
I look like I'm a 15-year-old boy in that.
Yeah, you look great, Marty. You look great. Let me know if the ladies can give me a thumbs up when I play it, that you could hear it. That way I know everybody else is hearing it. Ice is back with my brand new religion something. Grab so hold them in tight, they flowing like an awful. Daily and nightly, will it ever stop, y'all? I don't know. Turn off the lights, and I'll go to the extreme. I rock the mic like a band, light up the stage, and rock the jump like a candle dance.
I'm going to use my asthma medicine if this congestion does not clear up.
When I'm playing, don't melody anything less than the best. So melody, loving, to leave it, you better gain way. Better hit fools out of kid, don't play. If it was a problem, and I was solving, stick out the hook while my DJ revolves in vanilla ice, vanilla ice, baby. Oh, ice, baby. Yeah, ice. Vanilla ice, baby. Oh, ice, baby. Top
body is jumping when the bass kicks in. Fingers all pumping, quick to the point, no faking, burning MCs like a pound of bacon, burning up. If you're not quick and nimble, you're crazy. I hear that cymbal, I am when the swings up tempo.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Time to go solo, rolling in my 5.4 with the rack top down, so my beat can blow. If it was a problem, I would solve it. Check out the hook. My DJ revolves it. Eyes, vanilla eyes, vanilla eyes, baby. Oh, eyes, baby. Oh, eyes, vanilla eyes, vanilla eyes, baby. Oh, eyes, baby. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back. A brand new invention song. Grabs a hold of me tightly, flowing like a heart, daily and night.
Wow. Feel free to unmute Regina and Jessica.
Wow. I got goosebumps.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
I just typed in the chat. I gotta come up to Tampa.
Hello.
And see a show. I'm down here in Boca Raton, only a couple hours away.
Now, did I stop sharing on that? Did I stop sharing?
You did. Yeah.
Okay, let me exit because it's not letting me go back to the Zoom for me.
Jessica, I'm in Hollywood. I think we can carpool.
Wow. I was born in Hollywood Memorial Hospital.
How funny is that?
Yeah.
I'm drinking a 12-ounce ginger ale. If it
This is
doesn't
an
help, I'm
example
going to
right
take
here.
my allergy
Like,
and asthma medicine.
I've never met Marty before, and boom, I'm like hooked. I'm like, I can't wait to hear the rest of the songs, you know? That's so cool.
I didn't even know he was going to play that.
So Marty, tell us what happened. You put the, so I think where Regina and Jessica and we're all talking about being in the flow, but I was like, why don't we show what it looks like? It feels like, it sounds like we have a perfect example through song. What happened when you tell us what happened after you posted that? How did your life get impacted when you put that art out to the world?
Well, I actually had started doing a fan base before that with a song. I was trying to learn how to do make videos, music videos more professionally, as professionally as I could. And I rented a camera, a professional style camera, and I said, I'm going to go make this video. What can I make? What video would be fun to make? And I did a parody of a song called All About That Bass. I'm sure y'all know, but I did it and I called it All About That Beard. And I don't know where I got that idea, All About That Beard. It's weird. I can't even remember where I got it from, but it might have something to do with my face. Nonetheless, I made this video and it wasn't the best video. Even looking back on it now, it's not the best. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was experimenting. I was practicing, and I wanted people to see me. I wanted to be able to go back and see, and I wanted people to be able to see the ride if they were going to get on the train. So that video got 2 million views when I posted it in one day on Facebook, and I was at
2 million views.
Like, man, I am famous. Man, I am famous right now. And England was calling me, wanting to do shows and interviews and stuff. Never went to do one, but was terrified to do a show at that time with that kind of press. That was a very scary thing. Now I'm terrified if I don't get a show, so it's very funny. Nonetheless, that started it all. Then I was trying to be consistent with video posting to make sure these people that were loving on me, that I was actually serving them the way that they jumped on board to be served. So I started posting regularly, and I had missed 2 weeks. This is what's crazy about it. This is why I say, whatever you're creating, get it out there. Don't think that it's got to be perfect, because that video that you just heard is not perfect at all. That was a throwaway video, and I had just gotten back that night from a Grizzlies game. That's why I looked like a dadgum 13-year-old boy that just had his dad take him to a basketball game. I had everything but my hand, a little foam hand. Nonetheless, I came in, I was like, man, I hadn't posted a video in like 2 or 3 weeks. And I said, what am I going to do?
I think I'm going to have to use my asthma medicine.
I had to learn what to do on guitar, so I just said, I've been doing this Ice Ice Baby like this for a while, and I posted that, I put that up 3 o'clock in the morning, and I said the original caption says, I know I hadn't been consistent, I'm sorry about that. Here's a video, I don't know if you're going to like it or if you're going to hate it, but if you hate it, just wait till the next one. There'll be another one that comes around. And posted at 3 o'clock in the morning, woke up the next day, millions and millions of views. Bam Margera, World Star Hip Hop posted it. Everybody was saying they were Vanilla Ice's best friend. What's my number? They're going to give him my contact information or whatever. I said, what I got to lose? I'm running a tow truck. They can get my number anyway. So I gave it to everybody that asked for it. And turns out one of them people really was his best friend, and he sent me. And next thing out of the blue, I'm running my dad's towing service, and ring. And I said, Glenn Ray's towing. He says, Marty Ray, what's up? I said, how you doing? Glenn Ray's towing, like that, you know. And then he goes, what's up? It's Rob. And I said, hey, Rob, how you doing? Glenn Ray's towing. How can I help you? He goes, man, I love that Ice baby you did. That's crazy. That's good. That's dope. Whatever. I said, appreciate that, man. I really do. How can I help you? You know, I had no clue who this was. He said, it's Rob Van Winkle. I said, right on, man. I'm so glad to meet you. Did we get your car? Or what happened here? And he goes, it's Vanilla Ice. I said, okay. Sure it is. He said, I want you to come out and do a show. Like you just said, you're from Boca. That's where Vanilla Ice invited me out to do the I Love the 90s tour. I believe it was the first show. You might have been at that show in Boca. Were you there, Jessica?
No, I was at his show years ago in West Palm Beach, though. I know he's from this area, right?
Oh, wow.
How crazy would it have been if she was actually at that I Love?
That would have been crazy, yeah.
There was like Boca Raton has this place that's really cool where there's all these lines of restaurants, and it's an indoor. You can get in the place, but you can still hear it no matter where you are on that one street. Anyway, I came out there. I still tell people that Salt and Pepper and Company Bad opened up for me because they did. Even though I was playing with Vanilla Ice one song, but they opened up for him. But I said they opened up for me. Nonetheless, that was kind of how. And then the rest is history, I guess. I'm still living video to video. But that's a testament to people not to, if you don't post everything, give everything a chance because you think it's it's not perfect enough, you're missing out on opportunities. Because I was never going to post that video. I was just playing around with that. I never thought I'm going to post this. So
that's amazing. That first off, if great job. If you guys can put your links in the chat, people are just asking. Marty, for your show,
I don't see what is he.
If anyone can make it out to the show, we would love to support you. There are a lot of people that live in Florida that you're making it out a week after Pod Global is done, and I'm excited to showcase you and get you some promotion here now that you're booked at Side Splitters. In the meantime, I want to close this out. Just 10 seconds or less. If there's anything you want to leave everybody with that's been with us.
I'm going to get the thing and check my breathing.
Regina, Marty, and Jessica, just what would you like to say to close out this amazing session?
Just be yourself. Everyone be yourself and trust that that's enough.
I love it. Marty?
I would say no matter what, I implore all of you to always be creating. You were put here to create, and always be creating because that's your purpose, and that's how you're going to find it. Because everyone needs to see your creation and experience what you're creating. It's not just for yourself. That's what I would say.
Jessica, close us out.
Yeah, Marty alluded to it earlier with this video. Consistency is the mother of mastery. So don't ever think that something isn't good enough. Consistency, keep putting your content out there, and the content you least expect will resonate, will probably be 2 million views.
Can you say that again? Consistency is the mother?
I'm going to check this breathing thing.
That's amazing.
It's a mantra I follow every single day. When I don't feel like showing up, when I'm worried the video might not be good enough or not perfect enough, consistency is the mother of mastery.
So I just want to thank you. We created something special here between the four of us. I appreciate you. And while I played that video, what happened to my Zoom is I can't see any of you right now. I'm going to literally leave and join the Zoom. So hopefully, Jessica, Marty, and Regina, if you guys just stay on that screen, we want to reset for the last speaker, Dr. Ilya Guguris, but I want to make sure that things don't shut down. So give me 1 second.
I could breathe 2250.
Please rejoin the room so we can support our last speaker of this session.
Out of 2500.
It will relaunch, but here goes nothing.
Jessica, you say you were in Boca right now?
Yes.
Please bring every friend you know and get tickets to the.
Hold on, you guys. I'm going to check the breathing thing one more time and join the right stream. And till 5:45, that's in Spanish. Till 4 o'clock, mental health con. All right, I'm going to check the breathing thing one more time. I got it up to the top, but I still might have to take my medicine. Why is this not starting?
Awesome, we got it right back. All right, Leah, I'm going to bring you over to the stage. Thanks,
Sorry
Michael.
about the medical issue.
This is something that, when I played the video, it froze my screen, so I couldn't get back to it. So that's why we need to have, and this is good that we're doing this, we're going to learn. Next week we have to have 2 people at all times in case that
I'm
does
going to
happen.
check and see if you can even hear anything.
Leah, I'm bringing you up to the stage.
Yeah, the sound is on.
The stage here. Make sure to unmute and undo your video. We're closing out here our last presenter of the Mental Health Con, Dr. Ilia. Is it Gugurdis?
Yes, it is.
Very good. How to navigate any crisis and find happiness. I want to make sure our friend Zach is with us. Zach, let me know if you can see us.
I can see it. I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. All right, brother. So Zach is good. Ilia, if you could share your screen.
Yes. Let me. I only have one sheet, so for the most part, I'm just going to talk. And
that's fine. That's more than fine.
I think I better take my medicine.
Share screen. Okay. And are you able to see the personal health assessment?
We are.